The Martin B-26 Marauder was a World War II twin-engine medium bomber built by the Glenn L. Martin Company. Due to design flaws, early models had high accident rates during takeoffs and landings. Once initial design defects were corrected, the aircraft distinguished itself as the chief bombardment weapon on the Western Front and ended World War II with the lowest loss rate of any Army Air Force bomber. The B-26 went from paper concept to an operational bomber in approximately 2 years. The first B-26 flew on November 25, 1940, with deliveries to the U.S. Army Air Corps beginning in February of 1941. The B-26 Marauder was used mostly in Europe, but also saw action in the Mediterranean and the Pacific. The B-26 flew its last combat mission in the Pacific Theater on January 9, 1944, and its last combat missions against a German garrison on May 1, 1945. A total of 5,266 Marauders had been built when production halted in 1945. The airplane on display at Maps Air Museum was manufactured by the Glenn L. Martin Company plant in Baltimore, Maryland, and delivered to the U.S. Army Air Forces on June 30, 1941, with serial number 40-1459. It was the 99th B-26 produced of the initial order of 201 aircraft. 40-1459 was part of a three-plane flight of B-26s that took off from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada on January 16, 1942, destined for Elmendorf Field in Alaska, where the bombers were to defend Alaska against an expected attack by the Japanese. The plane's fuel ran low after running into foul weather, and the pilots agreed to a forced landing near the town of Smith River, British Columbia. The crew survived with minor injuries. In April of 1942, the Army Air Force sent crews to salvage the planes, removing what parts that could be transported. A large yellow X was painted across each wing near the engine to alert pilots that the downed planes were known crashes, so they wouldn't be reported as new ones. The planes remained in the area until 1971, when members of the Military Aircraft Restoration Corporation set out to recover the planes, which were moved to the Mark facility in California. On May 2, 1991, one of the three aircraft, a B-26 with serial number 40-1464, with the nose section of another of the downed planes, flew again. B-26, serial number 40-1459, and parts of the other two aircraft in the ill-fated flight started arriving at Maps on August 15, 1994. After extensive restoration, the B-26 was dedicated on September 2, 2012. The airframe at Maps is one of only 7 of these aircraft left in the world, and the oldest of the still existing Marauders.